It's day 6. How many birds are in day 6?
I don't know.
Geese.
You're
It's
putting me on the
geese.
spot here.
6 geese
Is
a
it six
laying.
six geese a laying?
It's 6 geese a laying, and it is day 6 in the Advent calendar, the life-size Jodie Foster Advent calendar apartment that we're subletting for the month of December. We're the Ditch Diggers. I'm Mer Lafferty. He's Matt Wallace.
How did it
Hi.
become an apartment all of a sudden? I thought it
Well,
was a
but
house.
if I'm picturing a advent calendar large enough for us to hide in each room, that which is basically a house with 24 rooms.
So,
It's like
so,
a mansion size.
so you're saying the room we're in is an apartment, not that the whole thing is an apartment.
Right, it's an apartment building.
It's an apartment building. I'm cool with
Yes.
that. I thought you were implying that the entire advent was taking place inside an apartment,
No.
and I
No.
don't see how that's physically possible.
No.
We have to be clear about our ridiculous imaginary setups that have nothing to do with anything.
Exactly.
But it is day 6. The room is covered in geese feathers and blood because they're horrible creatures.
Yes.
And
Dreadful.
welcome to the Seeker's Advent. We're answering one question every day. Your questions, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folk. And what's the question for today, Mara?
Today's question is from May, and Philip writes, I've been listening to your podcast for a while now. Hopefully, Philip's still listening. And you both always ask us listeners to buy your books for obvious reasons. I'm a big supporter of my local library, though, so I usually get most of my books from there. Does that do you any good, or do you feel like I'm cheating you out of a sale by going there?
It does do us good, and no, you absolutely aren't, and we
No.
absolutely support reading our books in libraries. But it's not a dumb question. This
No, it's
is
not.
it's one of those things that I think you answer it so many times, you start to take it for granted, but you don't. You need to realize people keep asking because they aren't sure. Tons of people aren't sure, so it's an important question. But it's just become a very short answer to me.
Well, I mean, it's. I believe library bindings technically cost more, so it's a larger sale. And what you're doing, the way you look at it is, when your people check your books out of the library, it does a couple of things. It tells the library that there's a demand for your books, so they might order more. It tells the library that there's a demand for your books, so they might order more of your other books. And if you are someone who uses the library because of proximity to bookstores, or that's not so real now in the world of Amazon, but still, or because of financial reasons, we're still hoping that we're building a fan from you reading our stuff, and someday you will buy the books, or if you are just a lifetime library user, you'll suggest it to somebody else. I see libraries as a vital community resource, one thing, and number two, it's building fans. And that if you read a book you like from the library and you tell somebody about it, then that's great.
I agree with all that. It was very well said. I just realized I'm taking things very literally today. Because you started off saying we have a question from May, and then you were like, and Philip writes, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened to May and her question?
I'm
And then you were
ignoring May.
like,
May asked a stupid question. I'm sorry.
apparently, and then you were like, we're building a fan, and I literally am picturing us building a giant oscillating fan and arguing about where the wires go. So I don't know what's going on with me. But yeah, libraries are like online pirating without the pirating. It's a good thing. Um, I look at it as a sale plus continued promotion for a long freaking time.
Yeah.
It's free. And yeah, support and independently of that, I just support libraries as a community resource. Anybody who tells you they're obsolete is talking straight out of their ass, straight out of their ass.
And I could be wrong here because I don't live in the UK, but I believe that if you check a book out in the UK, the author does get a small payment. I don't know where that payment comes from, but I could be wrong. But I do remember hearing the whole library debate in UK, people saying, "What are you talking about? Of course we get paid when you check books out of the library." And Americans going, "What?" So if you're a UK reader and you want, or listener, and you want to contradict or confirm my assumption, please let us know. But yeah, no, libraries are great. You keep using your library and make your community better, because you're also telling the library that by using them, you're validating them, and helping everybody else out in the community who need it too.
Damn right. And
Damn
if you're in
right.
the UK, apparently they get a shiny farthing. So
Yeah. Or a hay
and
penny.
they go out and buy the biggest goose in all of London
After throwing the money out the window.
after throwing the money out the window to a jaunty newsie. He wasn't a newsie in the book, was he? I'm projecting that. He was just some kid.
Yeah, I think it's just some kid wandering around.
Well, fuck it. He's a newsie now.
You know, sorry, go
I'm
on.
retconning that. No, I'm just saying I'm retconning it. I'm retconning Dickens, and he's dead. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. So how about that, Mer?
All right.
I got dark there.
Public domain, man.
Fucking A.
Yeah, the thing that gets me about a lot of these Christmas stories is when you have people wandering the streets or going to places in areas that you don't think that would ever happen. Because, I mean, unless it was like a street urchin, in which he would probably just steal the money and go.
Well, he's not stealing it. It was given to him.
Yeah, but he had to go buy the. He was supposed
Well,
to go
no,
buy the
no,
goose.
no, hold the fucking phone here. Let's
What?
just be very clear about this. There was no verbal contract. Some old rich asshole threw him a coin and said, "Go buy me a goose."
Yeah.
Like the kid is under no obligation to
I
follow
know.
that. It's not like they agreed on the terms before he tossed him the money. He just assumed the kid would go do whatever he wanted him to do
Because Christmas.
because he's an elitist, entitled prick. So
Yeah.
fuck Scrooge and his fucking shiny farthing. If that kid keeps it, that's not theft. That's just, gave him a coin.
So.
He may have wanted him to buy a goose, but we all want. I'm gonna let this go in a moment. I'm just saying he may have wanted him to buy a goose, but
Shit.
I'd like to be emperor of the universe. Just because I throw money at some fucking British kid doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
I think you should start
Anyway.
throwing money out the window when dogs pee on your tree and see if they bring back a goose or make you emperor or something.
I feel like if the dog had a goose, they would just bring it back as a present because that's like what dogs do.
Or hide it behind something and ravage
Or
it.
bury it,
Yeah.
and that's on them. Pups get whatever they want. That's just, I have that standard rule.
Yeah.
Like way more than humans. Whatever the dog needs, fucking dog gets it. Dogs are pure souls.
They are. They are.
So,
My other
anyway,
complaint is in It's a Wonderful Life when George Bailey is on the phone and he makes the teacher cry for yelling at her for sending Zuzu home, quote unquote, half naked.
yeah,
And then later on, there's this hoppin' bar. Like, it's full of all these dudes going out drinking on Christmas Eve. And
yeah,
then dude tries to. Here's George Bailey's beside him, and he tries to defend his wife, who
right,
who George Bailey made cry. And let's look at this from a
right,
different point of view. I get a call from from an angry parent, and it makes me cry. I
right.
hang up the phone. My husband's like, that sucks. Okay, I'm going out. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Well, it was what was it, 30s or 40s? I forget what decade that was.
Does that matter? I mean,
I mean,
is that the year that they went out drinking on
no,
holiday evenings, especially leaving
I'm
a sad
saying
spouse at home?
that was one of many decades where men sucked even worse and more openly than they do now.
Oh, okay.
And that's what you did. It's like, well, my wife was hysterical, so I had to go out and get a drink to calm my nerves. And then a bunch of other men would nod their heads like that made total sense.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Women and their feelings.
Yeah.
We'll
Anyway.
drink until we don't have those.
Or we
Anyway,
have
so
only
yeah.
rage, which is not a feeling, it's more of a state of being a man.
Yeah, right. So is your complaint that none of this has anything to do with libraries, by the way. Is your complaint that he went out drinking when his wife was upset and crying, or that him hitting George Bailey is viewed as a bad thing when he was totally justified?
My thing is the people who were wandering around at times that most people consider, if not family times, then at least like stay inside and hang out. I know there's like a whole bunch of people out there who are going to be going, "Oh, I don't see my family at Christmas because they suck, so fuck you." And but it's like the whole full bar and the whole
Right.
children wandering the street waiting for men to throw money at them, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like I need a convenient person here who would not be celebrating the holiday anywhere else. What do I
Right.
do?
I just always assumed all those guys in the bar had significant others who were in labor, because that's the other thing you
Oh,
did.
yeah.
It's like my significant other is giving birth. I'll be in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck her emotional and physical support needs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was just always my assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of Christmas Eve babies.
Are
Maybe
there?
that could be a thing.
I don't know.
We'll say it's a thing. I'm
Okay.
retconning that too.
Sure. People get busy in March.
They do, man. A lot of fucking in March, which
Yeah.
is going to be the new Ditch Diggers T-shirt.
No, it's not.
It absolutely is. I will make that T-shirt out of spite. I just love how inexplicable that is. A lot of fucking in March. Hashtag Ditch Diggers. All right, listening to your podcast, I was promised a lot of fucking in March, and there doesn't seem to be like any of it associated with the show, and I'm very confused, and I'm unsubscribing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to create that disaster. Anyway, so that's how we feel about libraries.
Merry Christmas!
We're-
Libraries are
we're
awesome.
Terrible
Okay.
at this job.
I
Terrible
know.
at it.
I know.
Exactly.
Yes. So, uh, I'm at Merverse.com and Mighty Mer on Twitter, and Patreon.com/Mighty Mer will help the Ditch Diggers keep the lights on and feed the dogs.
Who are obviously hungry. Rosa the dog does not have a Twitter, but she has opinions. I am on Twitter, Madison Wallace. I'm on YouTube at Angry Writer, and I second Mer's call for you to support the Patreon. Happy holidays, everybody.
Yay!